What's good, y'all? It's O.D.D.Y. Welcome to episode 6 of ODDLY Worded. This time around, we're going to talk about a song on my album Impaired Vision called Wide Awake. And this song kind of dives into the apprehension and doubt that comes with the musical journey and trying to make it in music. And hearing all these outside influences but still trying to stay true to yourself. Super personal track. My brother Rhetoryk's featured on it. We're going to get into verse 1 and dissect it, so let's go.
I'm trying to make sure my morals stay straight, not trying to quarrel, that energy takes more from me, morphing me till I have changed, though there's more to me mortally, knowing one day.
I'm trying to make sure my morals stay straight, not trying to quarrel, that energy takes. Navigating the music industry and business will test morals and test who you are, so I'm trying to make sure my morals stay straight. Just trying to stay true to who I am, not trying to quarrel, that energy takes, not trying to argue, not trying to get into drama because it takes away from what the overall goal is, and that's to make music because I love it, and that's to make music because I want to make a career of it. Not trying to quarrel, that energy takes more from me, morphing me till I have changed. No, there's more to me mortally, knowing one day. More from me because that energy takes more from me, and it can morph me so it can change me. More from me, morphing me till I have changed. No, there's more to me mortally, knowing one day. So I know I expect bigger out of myself, and I know mortally, I know that I'm human and it's gonna end one day.
I won't wake up to another bright day. That's why I'm forcing this smile on my face. Not quite a portrait, the likeness distorted. I've widened proportions to hide all the pain.
I won't wake up to another bright day. That's why I'm forcing this smile on my face. Knowing that any day could be your last day. And so even through pain and turmoil, I try to keep a bright face on. Not quite a portrait, the likeness distorted. I've widened proportions to hide all the pain. So not quite a portrait is a line that's talking about I'm putting on a bright face, but it's not quite me. It's not quite an exact replica of me. Not quite a portrait, the likeness distorted. So the likeness has been altered a little bit. I've widened proportions so to hide all the pain. I've widened proportions so I'm seeming a little bit bigger and brighter than I really am inside.
Trying to seem fuller than I am, cause I struggle with my purpose and my past. All the hurting has been covered with a mask, undetermined if it's permanent, uncertain if I can. Feel it urgent, it occurred to me that I went on a path that wasn't curving. I was turning to a figure of complacency, lulled into the norm of a society that lies and likes the honesty and tells you that you can't achieve.
Trying to seem fuller than I am, cause I struggle with my purpose and my past. This was a continuation of the widened proportions, the likeness distorted, trying to seem fuller than I am, trying to seem happier than I am, because I struggle with my purpose and my past. I think a lot of people can relate to that, struggling with your purpose of what you're meant to do in your past. All the hurting has been covered with a mask, undetermined if it's permanent, uncertain if I can. All the hurting has been covered with a mask. So again, this play on covering up with the pain underneath. All this hurting has been covered with a mask, undetermined if it's permanent. So not sure if it's ever going to end, undetermined if it's permanent, uncertain if I can. So like I said at the beginning of the song, a lot of uncertainty, apprehension, doubt. Feeling urgent, it occurred to me that I've been on a path that wasn't curving. I was turning to a figure of complacency. So feeling urgent, this kind of like, man, what are you doing? This stagnancy, this apprehension is holding you back. So feeling urgent, it occurred to me that I've been on a path that wasn't curving. So my path was just kind of going this way, and there was no journey. There was no ups and downs. There was no changes. It occurred to me that I've been on a path that wasn't curving. I was turning to a figure of complacency. I was turning into being comfortable because of the apprehension of actually taking these risks, and I was becoming complacent. Lulled into the norms of a society that lies and lacks the honesty and tells you that you can't achieve. Lulled into the norm, so it's easy to just be sucked in and lulled into the social norms of the society that we live in that tells you, you know, this dream is so unattainable, so you need to be here, and it keeps you in this box, and it keeps you on a certain level. And it's so getting out of that mentality, load into the norms of a society that lies and lacks the honesty and tells you that you can't achieve.
Tossing and turning, a lot of reverting to ways that I stopped. Thought I halted those urges. Not all of me learned. I guess part of me searches for mass elation or their admiration. All those aspirations were decapitated. Ain't been happy lately, so exasperated. Without accolades, I feel invalidated. Always half awake, cause I'm infatuated.
Tossing and turning, a lot of reverting to ways that I stopped. Thought I halted those urges. A literal tossing and turning, but also the metaphor of just like unsettled. So tossing and turning, a lot of reverting. So going back to throughout this journey of trying to, you know, pursue a career in music, a lot of reverting to that, being comfortable, to ways that I stopped. So like occasionally you stop it and you're like, you give yourself a pep talk, like, but then I thought I halted those urges. So like, damn, I thought I had stopped acting like that. Not all of me learned. I guess part of me searches for mass elation or their admiration. There's still a part of me that is searching for the acceptance of the masses or the admiration, you know, for people to care, you know, whether it's through social media views, likes, comments, or just people telling you your stuff's good. Those aspirations were decapitated. Ain't been happy lately, so exasperated. All of my goals and, you know, along the way, sometimes your goals and dreams and aspirations can be cut off, or temporarily the door can be closed. All those aspirations were decapitated. Ain't been happy lately, so exasperated. Working so hard with no results that you're just tired. Without accolades, I feel invalidated. I think a lot of people can relate to that. You know, you work ultimately for the passion of doing it, but the accolades is kind of like a tangible way of validation. Without accolades, I feel invalidated, always half awake because I'm infatuated. So even when it's, you know, it's nighttime and I'm trying to go to bed, I'm still thinking about how can I get better? What can I do? What you know, your brain is just ticking, even when you're sleeping, you know, you're half awake essentially. So
I swear to God, it ain't even religious. I'm feeling so lost, got me all in my feelings. Get near, then I fall staring up to a ceiling. They said was too tall, I put all of me in this. These walls are so thin, I hear everyone. Hard to block it out, it never stops. I'm going crazy, can someone just pray for me? Hoping that maybe they always wrong.
I swear to God, it ain't even religious. I'm feeling so lost, got me all in my feelings. This line is true. You know, I'm not super religious, but it's like, it's kind of like people that when it comes to a situation where you don't have answers, people naturally revert back to religion. So I swear to God, I'm not even religious. But it's referencing like still trying to like pray to something or like ask for help. I swear to God, I ain't even religious. I'm feeling so lost, got me all in my feelings. That's pretty self-explanatory. Fall staring up to a ceiling they said was too tall. I put all of me in this. Get near, then I fall. Talking about the, you know, getting so close and falling, but you got to get back up. Get near, then I fall, staring up to a ceiling they said was too tall. So it's like when you fall, are you going to get back up? Or are you going to stare up at that ceiling that they said you could never surpass? Staring up to a ceiling they said was too tall. I put all of me in this. Kind of while I'm laying down looking up at this ceiling, it's like, man, you put all your, you know, you put work into this, man. Like, fuck what they talking about. You could do this shit. Walls are so thin, I hear everyone. Hard to block it out, it never stops. No matter what throughout this journey, this is talking about getting to that point where you're about to break because you can hear all the noise. You can hear all the doubt coming from outside. The walls are so thin, I hear everyone. Hard to block it out, it never stops. It is hard to block it out, you know, whether it's now with social media and phones hard to block out, because you can see it, and especially when you make music and you put it on these platforms, people can instantly comment negatively or share it and say negative things about it. Hard to block it out. It never stops. I'm going crazy. Can someone just pray for me, hoping that maybe they all was wrong? This song is really the build up to that breaking point of like, I don't know what else to do, make it stop type of thing. So this is kind of right before the realization of that you can do it. This is that breaking point, right before that breaking point. As always, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of ODDLY Worded. We covered my song Wide Awake. It features my brother Rhetoryk, who's a dope lyricist. If you want to hear his verse on, which is the second one, go check out the song using the Linktree link. You can listen on any streaming platform. It'll take you to anything I've ever done creatively. Be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't. Share this video, share this series for other people who might like, the breakdown of lyrical content. And be on the lookout, because next week something may or may not be dropping on my YouTube channel that is music related. So stay tuned. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next episode.